Get up, baby, this morning. This is Elio Piedra. Another morning means another coffee because this is Morning Coffee with Elio. I am super excited today. I have a wonderful guest that she is gonna tell you and is gonna share her amazing story, how she jumped into a wonderful, a really hard journey, but a successful journey. Yes, and I really hope that these stories are inspiring you, are changing and impacting your life, because at the end of the day, you got what it takes. All of this and more is coming to you soon, right after this intro. Here we go. Get up, baby, this morning. This is Elio Piedra. Another morning means another coffee because this is Morning Coffee with Elio. This is going to be a great day. We have a fantastic guest. Welcome back to Morning Coffee with Elio. Yes, happy morning coffee. Let me tell you, my next guest, she was originally from New York, now a resident in Jacksonville, Florida. She's a proud and passionate business owner of two amazing companies, one established in 2015 and another one in 2018. The first company was established while working a full-time job in corporate America. The latter was established by taking a leap of faith from her 13-year banking career. That's amazing. To pursue being a full-time entrepreneur. Shortly after resigning, her leap of faith began to manifest, and she was nominated as a hidden gem, Professional Businesswoman of the Year by the Jacksonville Chamber Professional Women's Council. Wow, for my work in the nonprofit and entrepreneurship sectors. So in this platform, she always is showcasing information and webinar series to help small business owners and entrepreneurs and freelancers jumpstart their goals and to manage strategy, growth, and streamline processes was created. Ladies and gentlemen, I really hope that you are welcome, that you are ready to welcome to Morning Coffee with Elio, Jade Stanley, live from Jacksonville, Florida. Are you ready to learn and to grow this morning? Here we go. How are you doing?
Great. Good morning.
I am very happy. I am very excited to have you with me because, I was reading your bio, and I've been following your path and this amazing journey with your businesses, and we have a lot to talk about. We have a lot. So let's begin with how was coming from New York to Florida. How was that?
It was pretty interesting. Definitely a change. My dad's family is from Florida, and my mother's family is from New York. So I was raised in New York, spending time here and there with family here in the South in Florida. So I have a little bit of both backgrounds. But I tell you, I was definitely rough around the edges. I was not a sweet Southern belle. And I had a lot of mentors that later came into my life to help me kind of take the chip off my shoulder and learn how to be sweet and tactful in my banking career. And so definitely learn how to keep my New York hustle, but learn a little Southern sweetness as well. So
how wonderful. So tell me how tough was deciding to quit your job after 13 years and to decide, become an entrepreneur? How hard was that?
It was extremely difficult because all of the discouragement that I received over the years, not from, thinking that, oh, you won't be able to do it, but that from family saying I was taking a risk and they were afraid for me because they didn't want to see me fail in business. And they also didn't want to see me, have any financial hardship. So being able to finally remove that myself from a career that I was getting paid quite well, I decided it was time to make some sacrifices, and I kind of transitioned my lifestyle into a more frugal, sacrificial lifestyle. Not as nice cars and a little bit less downgraded the housing, so that way I'm able to really spend the extra money that I had towards being able to save money and also you know be able to invest into my business. So it was difficult. It was very, very stressful, but rewarding. So rewarding.
That is awesome. Let's expand a little more about the setbacks. At the very beginning, every single career that we have struggles, setbacks. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Yes. Starting the business in 2015, I was still very much working a full time job as a manager, which being a manager in the corporate world is very draining because you have employees that need you a lot. So starting the job, not having as much knowledge as I needed to have, meaning not really knowing how to properly structure my business, just kind of reading blogs and figuring it out. Those are some huge struggles. I remember and recall setting it up in a structure, and later my tax professional saying, why did you do that? Now you owe X more money than you would have if you would have done it like this. So financial struggles, investing in different website software, things that they get a great sales pitch, but not necessarily inexpensive, so to speak, right? Thinking, oh, I need to buy all of this marketing and all of these tools and all of these labeled, items to give out and things like that. Just overspending in marketing, and definitely wasting time and money, resources in areas that I could have probably prevented. Those are my biggest struggles in the first couple of years. And then once I finally was able to streamline it and get it all right and in order, I started to see that, oh, wow, like, okay, I learned from these failures and now I'm able to increase and enhance in my business. And I was able to see it grow, not until like 3 years in.
That
So,
is
yeah.
great. So, can you mention one thing that you wish you would have known at the very beginning?
Oh, yes. I think going into the business, knowing how to properly balance my expenses, knowing how to manage the tax element from a small business perspective. It's very important that when you enter in a foundational anything, if you're building a house, you don't build it on sand, you build it on concrete. The same thing with your business. You're going to build it and it's going to be built to last. You need to make sure that you're structurally appropriate for the government's taxation rules, and so that you're tracking things appropriately. And I think that's an element that a lot of us creative business owners we miss because we're just so passionate and we're just excited that someone wants to pay us the money for our talent, for our craft, but we don't think about all the things that all the hats we need to be wearing outside of it. So that would be huge for people to know, like how to properly track their business for the government's sake, so that you can prove on paper that you're not just getting cash.
Exactly. So,
Yes.
the first company that you found was in 2015, and this one is all about staffing, right?
It's actually my doing business at JR Events. So my JR Events was my wedding planning business. All About You Staffing was the company that helped me take myself to the next level, which was in 2018. Yeah.
Okay, so talk to me a little bit about all about staffing, because I see you guys, I follow you guys on social media, and you guys are always so busy doing so much stuff. And talk to me about this before we jump into the webinars. All right?
Okay. Okay. Well, it was a niche. Okay. So, like a solution. I think a lot of times we want to have a business and we want to provide our service, but we forget to think about whether or not the business is providing a solution for customers, right? So like yourself, where you're a one man solution, right? For your customers, they don't have to worry about going to different areas. It's the same thing for us. If we're solution focused, we're able to, get more clientele just based on that. So as a wedding planner, I would go out and I would see that the caterers didn't have good staff, or maybe the bartenders didn't have professional dress and etiquette, proper etiquette, shall I say. And so I went to a group of friends and I said, do you guys want to make some extra cash? And they said, yeah, sure, why not? And so we went out initially under JR Events, and we started serving wait staff, doing the jobs that no one wants to do. That's how I made the solution. Nobody wants to wait staff, serve food, bus tables. So we started doing that, and then one a month turned into like three, and then every weekend we were working 3 to 4. And I said, oh wait, we've got something here. People are really enjoying it. The word of mouth grew. So being a wedding planner that had a full staff of bartenders and wait staff, the jobs that people don't love doing, made me a little bit more like niche oriented and kind of more, appealing to people, because you're not just getting a wedding planner, you're getting a wedding planner with a full staff. So when we started with less than 10 people. Now we're at 76 employees.
Whoa,
Yes.
that's awesome.
In 2018, and it's 2020. So, yeah.
Wow. So, and how many difficulties do you think an entrepreneur can have at the very, very beginning? I mean, what are the main difficulties? I already asked you about one thing that you wish you have known, but how many struggles are one by one at the very beginning, especially with this company that is all about staffing? It is a different company because you just mentioned you have so many things that you guys do. So
Yeah.
the more you do, the more I will say, the more chances you have to have obstacles. So how many obstacles do you think a company like yours can experience at the very beginning?
We experienced so many. There's a lot of liability and risk that we have to do. So I call my event contract, a living, breathing document. It is not the same today as it was 2 years ago. So as we experience a challenge, maybe a client goes over in the time that they allotted. Maybe, we have an issue where the client says, well, we broke something in the event that was theirs. Whatever those little bitty challenges, we just continue to learn from them and grow from them. So I tell everybody, grow through what you're going through. You don't have to continuously be sad and live in that moment. Like, take what you can out of that moment. How can you be better for the next time? So there were a lot of losses that we had to take in the first year because, we were learning and we hadn't really been in that industry. There's a lot of staffing company, but we were like, okay, how do we set ourselves apart? That was a huge challenge. And then, people not obeying to the contracts, and how can we make the contracts even tighter and more like ironclad? So those are the biggest challenges from a client perspective. From an employee perspective, setting proper HR guidelines, boundaries, a structure. Structure is my favorite word, apparently. So I'm going to say that a lot because when you're building something, you want to think about it as you're building your home. You want to have a solid foundation, even with your employees. A lot of times we'll see business owners, they'll get employees and they don't set HR. I make them all sign an HR, guideline when they onboard. They're not even getting training until I have their signed signature on file that says, this is what we're going to go over. This is how we expect you to interact in the field. And so a lot of businesses don't set the proper procedures and guidelines for their employees, which leaves a lot of room for more error. It leaves a lot of room for also some issues with clients because your employees are interacting with your clients too.
What is now that you mentioned that, I would love to actually go deeper into that. What are one of the proper steps that a business like yours should take, especially from the very beginning, so they don't make the same mistakes that you're mentioning? Mention at least 3 steps.
Okay. First step is researching your industry and what is the industry standard. If you are not reinventing the wheel, then stop. Like if you're trying to reinvent the wheel, stop. Don't try to create something that's already established. There are tons of companies out there with HR policies. Go and research what your industry does. Figure out what has been working well in the industry. I'm sure that you can find blogs, things like that, but research is the first step to making sure you have a successful business in with employees or without employees. Because if you are not creating something brand new that's never been done, I'm sure there's guidelines out there somewhere, and there's plenty of HR representatives that can also help you too with that. So that would be the first step is your research. The second step is taking that research, taking what you like out of it, and then writing some things that maybe you didn't see that you would like to see. So listing them out, putting it in writing, so that way it makes it more real. Don't just think them in your head. Don't just verbally tell it. If you verbally say it, people will forget. So putting together that list with what you research, putting it together is very helpful. And then, of course, the third thing is going to be training. You need to train your folks the way you want them to be. Don't expect them to just read it. You have to go through it. You have to help them understand it. So that way that when they execute on your behalf, they're doing things to your liking.
That is fantastic. So now, once again, before we jump into the webinars, which is the other business that I'm super interested to learn more about, I wanna share something with our morning coffee community here, that it is really important to take value and inspiration from what you have done and what you are doing, because there is a lot of entrepreneurs, especially young entrepreneurs, that they are women, that we were just mentioning that if you're sometimes women, they don't think that they are as capable as men, or they just don't think that they are capable. And we were just talking about this: women are smarter, they are stronger, they are so awesome. There are so many women that they are leaders, that they are actually been developing non-profit organizations, a lot of from small to huge companies. And you just mentioned some data, that some numbers that I would love to mention, so we can inspire young entrepreneurs that they are women this morning. So what can you tell me about this?
Okay, well, we're seeing a huge increase in women business owners right now. Over the last 5 years, it's more than doubled the number of women businesses. Currently, it's 51% of the businesses in the United States are women owned firms. Okay, and that makes up $1.7 trillion of our revenue, that of our sales that come through the United States. So that could be not just related to beauty industry and event industry, but thinking about law firms and also accounting, any type of business that's out there, restaurants. So 51% of our workforce are small businesses, which small businesses make up what United States is all about, is out there, and they're working tirelessly all the time. I would just say that the gap in pay in the corporate world, whereas men were making more, and I know that I had some colleagues that were making more money than me, by the thousands, and doing the same job that I was doing. It has inspired us to go and take the glass ceiling off and go and explore the world, and just figure out what we're really made of, because I'm telling you, women, we do rule the world.
Yes, yes, I love it. I love it. And this amazing woman is been developing webinars and developing strategies to help small business and businesses in general from on all industries to reach their goals and their dreams. Talk to me about this, about the webinar project.
Well, I'm super excited. I'll begin with telling you that I didn't even know that. I think people had to show me that it was a gift that I had, where I can sit down and really look at and focus what your business is and what your goals are, and I can see them as you want to see them, and being able to meet you where you are on your journey. So I would meet with people, and someone would say, "Man, your advice is so good. I feel like I should have paid for that." And I said, "Really? Maybe I should charge for it eventually." So it's really cool. what I've been doing is a series. It's on my new brand, which is called Self-Made Jade. And when people think of self-made, they think of making their own money. But my self-made is making a life that I love, that I live for every day, that I'm excited to wake up for. So with that being said, I'm connecting with business owners, nonprofits, to help them, give them information that they might not know that they need. Sometimes you don't know what you don't know yet. So I've been connecting with financial strategic specialists, different, marketing specialists, anyone and everyone who wants to share, and putting it on a free platform where they can sign up, register for it on an Eventbrite website, and it's completely free. And then they will get solid information that they can take and they can implement into their business. We have one that's monthly currently right now that's called Foundation First, and the next one is June 24th. That one is going to focus on how to properly structure your business. Should you be an S Corp? Should you be an LLC? And why you should be an LLC if you choose to be one. Instead of just picking what you think is the right answer, we want you to know, and we want you to go into your business understanding why you set it up the way you set it up, so that you can be setting yourself up for success. So, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. And how can people sign up for these webinars?
Yes, if they visit my website, which is selfmadejade.com, and under the event section, you'll see the link for it. You can just register right on the website.
Awesome. I love it. You recently actually did a video, a wonderful video that I was watching on Facebook, talking about sometimes you got to say yes, say no to what people say, and then say yes to yourself. Talk to me a little bit about this, and why do you make this video? What was this video about?
So I'm writing blogs. I've been trying to share a lot of the entrepreneur journey with people. I think there's a lot of people sharing their success and not enough people sharing their failures.
Yes.
Because the reality is we can learn from other people. And I want to be someone that contributes and gives back. I had mentors that came in that helped me, so I've loved mentoring people. But with this piece and there's some others, I have another one that I posted beforehand. It's called Take Me As I Am or Not at All. Because the reality is we have to get selfish a little bit about where we are. If we are constantly going above and beyond, help. A lot of entrepreneurs are givers. We go and we do for everyone, and we want to see everyone come up with us. And sometimes you cannot see everyone go on your path with you because it's your vision. It's not theirs. It's yours. So a lot of times we want them to move with us, our friends, our family. And then when they start seeing you climb that ladder, entrepreneur ladder especially, they either may be a little jealous, but they don't say it. They say they're proud, but not really, because now you're leveling up, you're taking the next step. And that means in order for them to stay beside you, they need to continuously climb the ladder, to walk alongside you. And so knowing when someone is not walking alongside you and trying to hold you back, and being able to say, you know what, I need to separate myself from this situation and protect what I'm building. So protecting your peace is helping you protect what your goals and your dreams are, because people can definitely hold you back if you allow them.
Oh, yeah, they can, especially if they are toxic people. We are always mentioning keep those toxic people away. Oh my gosh, no, keep them away. OQP, only quality people. OQP. This is amazing. This is amazing. And John Maxwell said this. Sometimes you need to say no to the good, all right, to be able to say yes to the best, because you deserve the best. You do. You deserve the best. And why? What is that thing that people seem to misunderstand about entrepreneurs? Why people used to always think like entrepreneurs, it is this, it is that, but all that they are thinking is wrong. Okay, so what is, mention one thing that people used to misunderstand about entrepreneurs.
I have it happen a lot, and I think that they see my grind and my level of hustle, and they think like, you just want everything. But it's not. It's just I have a lot of ideas, and a lot of entrepreneurs we can kind of think outside the box, right? Here's the thing I try to tell them. A lot of these people who think that I'm all over the place, because sometimes I do kind of squiggle outside the lines, okay? That it's okay not to be an entrepreneur. Like, just because I want more doesn't mean you have to want more. Meaning, there's still people who need to be able to be postal workers to bring our mail, right? There's still people who need to be accountants. There's still people who need to be in their lane, in their avenue. So it's like I get a lot of people who are thinking like, oh well, I'm not like you, Jade. I don't, want that much. I'm like, it's okay. Like, everyone can't be the same. If it was the truth and everyone could be the same, then we would all be doing the same thing. So not that we expect much more of other people, but it's just that I just don't want people to hinder my own growth. And so, they take it as being personal or something like that. But
Yes. Something that I love that Les Brown always says that this is not for everybody. All right, this is not for everybody. You got to be hungry. You got to be hungry of success. Hungry when, especially in the worst times, in the worst time like now. For example, Jade, right now we have times that people are giving up so easy to their dreams, to their goals. Right now, people are saying, you know what, I don't think we're going to make it. I think we just get to the end of the tunnel. What would you say to those entrepreneurs, especially if they are just beginning or barely beginning, and this happened now, and they are hopeless? What would you say to those entrepreneurs that they are watching you right now?
I would tell them not to give up. I would tell them that, it is a long and very steady race. Could be a race of losses, but that's going to win the race, because the reality is whatever you're going through, it's meant for you to go through it so that you can learn from it, not to keep you back. And so I always tell everyone, I have very humble beginnings. I don't talk about it much because, my family is not fond of it. However, when I was in middle school, we were homeless. And so I go and I mentor a lot of homeless, in the homeless shelters and missions, and teach them professional skills to help them get back into the workforce. So with that being said, I always tell them, your past does not determine the future. And even though you had a couple of losses here, a couple of losses there, like, in order for you to make it, you're going to have to make it through any type of bump in the road that you pass. You don't just stop going and stop driving because you're going over a speed bump too fast. You just go right on over and you just keep on driving. That's it. Just keep driving.
You are very inspired. I really hope that you are fired up like me this morning. I am really inspired, by listening to your stories. And I am actually mentioning different quotes, and this one is by Miles Monroe. He mentioned that he said that poverty is not a problem; it's a result. It's the result of your mindset, of your decision, of your vision, because vision dictates everything. So, when you have a vision, you know exactly what to do and what not to do. So, isn't that great?
I love that. I agree. I love that. That's great, because it's exactly right. If you can see it, then it can be done. That's it. Like, and we're in the society of now. There's a lot of people who want right now. They expect right now. It's just like someone who wants to lose weight, right? They're like, oh, I'm going to lose 30 pounds in 10 days. Like, no, that's not realistic. You have to
exactly,
eat healthy. You've got to make sure you put the right food into your body. Just like with entrepreneurship, you got to make sure you're putting the right information in your mind. Because the reality is that if you don't cultivate it and water it, just like a seed that you plant, like, it's not going to grow. You don't sit and watch a flower when you plant those seeds, right? So you have to just continuously put in and to get what you want out of it. So we're not in the season now.
Awesome. So now talk to me about the one thing that you have learned during this pandemic as an entrepreneur.
You have to be adaptable, okay? But the number one quality would be patience, I would say. But with the pandemic, is the word adapt. It resonates with me because I see that a lot of people, they weren't prepared for this. I don't think anyone could have prepared for this, right? They're like, oh, I wasn't prepared. I can't believe this happened. You can't prepare for something like this. It's never been done, right? But what you can do is adapt and be able to start thinking about new ways to, get involved, and how can you help out your clients in a different manner. So being adaptable is essential to getting through tough times like this.
That is so awesome. Jay, I really appreciate you for being here with me. I am amazed by your story and your drive. And I am very proud of you. I am very proud of calling you friend. Actually, I gotta tell you, your company is being part of so many wedding expos that I had the pleasure to also be part of, and I would like for you to mention all the stuff that you guys can do, all the events that you guys can do, and how people can reach out in case they need your services. Before we go.
Yes, please. So our All About You staffing, we provide bartenders, wait staff, service, event decoration. So if you're a bride doing it yourself or anyone, we can help you set the linen and the table. So we provide all of those services at very affordable rates. We charge by the hour, not by the task. And the website is All About You Staffing, YOU, allaboutyousstaffing.com. And, as far as the webinars and the things that we are doing, don't forget to visit selfmadejade.com and then the events section, and you'll be able to find a free webinar coming up soon.
That is awesome, Jay. Thank you very much once again. And you guys, I'm telling you, you got to live full. You got to be all in with your goals, with your dreams. And you need to know that you got what it takes, but also need to know that it is hard, because easy is not an option, but you need to know that it's not for everybody. Les Brown always said, you gotta be hungry. You gotta be hungry about growth, about improving your own self as a human being, as anything in life. By myself, I always try to improve myself as an entertainer, but when another entertainer, another musician is asking me anything, I say, hey, wait a minute, you gotta improve who you are first before you jump into the next task. Hey, this is Elio Piedra at Morning Coffee with Elio. Hey, morning coffee. Yes, happy morning coffee. Remember that we're gonna see you next time. And do not forget to stay blessed, stay tuned, and live full. This was amazing this morning with Jade Stanley. Thank you, Jade, so much.
Thank you.
Thank you once again. Yes, and we're going to see you guys next time. Hey, stay blessed. See you. Guys, thank you very much for watching Morning Coffee with Elio. Yes, we're really looking forward to seeing you Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
You're
don't
so
forget to like us and follow us on Facebook.
You're
and
just
become
so fun.
part of the Morning
I just
Coffee
want you
with
to know
Elio
that.
community.
You are a
Stay
one-man
tuned,
party for
stay
sure.
inspired, and live full.
Life is too short to be unhappy, man. You gotta live for every day.